there is a moment where you have to choose whether to be silent or to stand up. Hey, Yuka, why are you wearing that? You should cover up. Hey, why are you saying that? You shouldn't have said that. Oh, don't dream too high. We all know you're not going to reach that. You should learn how to cook, wash, and clean so you can be a great wife. This is what most Balinese girls have to hear so often, creating such stagnation, crushing, slowly killing their curiosity, confidence, creativity, and just themselves. And so, how would they know their passion, what they love, what they want to do for their future, and just simply to stand up for themselves with all those limitations society builds against them? My name is Yuka. I was born and raised here in Bali, Indonesia. I come from a religious family. My parents uphold Balinese culture, and yet I was raised differently than how my community would have raised a girl like me. I love my Balinese culture and heritage, not only the dances, the ceremonies, but also because culturally we give women great respect. Saraswati, the goddess of knowledge. Sri Lakshmi, the goddess of prosperity. Durga, the goddess of power, of destruction and protection. However, in my society, it is not very female-friendly. I love to study, and so as I started my Greenstone project, I wanted to dig deeper about women and the inequalities that happen to women in the world and in my community. And the first article I came across was that 50% of females have low self-esteem. One of the reasons is gender inequality. And then I realized that I was one of them. Now, a lot of people often say, we support equalities. We support women getting as much respect and opportunities as men. Girls support girls, but do those words that come out of the mouth actually mean anything? Do we walk the talk? I think we all can agree that a woman holds a big responsibility within a family and society. We are mothers, wives, teachers, nurses, all at the same time, fulfilling most of the needs of every single person in the family. Also doing a side job to help the family financially. Yes, I know, being a human is hard, especially nowadays. Life is hard for everyone, but being a female human, we keep on doing more and more. It's hard, challenging, yet we get the least appreciation. There are many talented and smart women out there that are getting no recognition for or chances to show their abilities. And why? I'm asking you why. Because I don't remember once reading anything that said that women are inferior to men, that men are the superior, the one on top of the chain. And so I decided to look at some Hindu scripture that said it's how women should be respected. And here are a few. Manawa Dharma Sastra 3, nomor 56. This translates to, where women are respected, there is where gods are happy and bestow their grace. Where women are not respected, there is no ceremony that gives noble merit. Second one. Where women live in sorrow, the family will quickly be destroyed. But where women do not suffer, the family will always live in prosperity. Manawa Dharma Sastra 3, 58. a house where the women is not properly respected, spoken curse words on, the family would be destroyed, as if it was destroyed by a supernatural power. I think it's clear that women should be respected. Furthermore, the word female, perempuan, comes from Sanskrit. Per is a being, a creature. Empu means master, noble, someone who should be respected. So, where did this inequality come from? A misunderstanding, a mere misunderstanding for centuries that has not yet shed light. In Bali, women and men are given responsibility within a family and society, an equal one. For example, women are given the task of creating canang, and men are given the task to create penjors. Well, now, let me introduce you to a concept of world's balance, from Sankhya philosophy. Purusa and Pradhana. Purusa, the soul, the spirit, the unseen that gives earth life. And there is Pradhana, the object, the reality, the place, the scene for the spirit to be in, completing one another like a human body and its soul. Now, local custom has mistakenly identified this concept as men's and women's role in the society. Well, in reality, we both have both of them within ourselves already. And this is a concept of Bhuana Alit, that a human is the smaller version of the universe, the microcosmos, the combination of all things. This mistake has created inequality and injustice against women in Bali for centuries, especially in a marriage where women are seen to be inferior to men. This starts in the form of patrilineality, that everything derives from the male side of a family, leaving females with nothing. It starts by preparing the girls to be owned by the male family. And yeah, that once she's married, she's owned by the male family. That she no longer deserves or belongs to her family. Significantly, she no longer is entitled to the inheritance from her family. Yeah, no land, no houses, no nothing. In the best case scenario, she has some assets before the marriage for her to keep, but if she doesn't, she has nothing, and she will be given absolutely nothing. However, in Bali, we have forgotten that matrilineality also does exist. For example, if my family only has me, a female, I can ask my partner to leave his family and come live with me and continue my family line. However, this is unlikely to happen if the male or the son is the only son in his family. This makes most families in Bali competing in having a male child. And if I, a woman, did persuade my partner to come live with me, I would be considered very lucky. But what about those women that leave her family to come live with the male side of her family? Are the males not lucky? Seeing and hearing cases of inequality that happens around me is nothing new to me. And yes, I know that is because the knowledge is not yet here. Girls often marry very young, and once married, she has to move in with the husbands. Their awareness does not yet exist, let alone the awareness and the acknowledgement of the power that she has. And if the marriage doesn't work out and the children are involved, most women won't leave their husbands, because this means that she would have to leave her children behind, because the children have to stay with the father. Girls are often not able to finish school because the girl is less likely to be encouraged to go to school than boys. Women are paid less than men. Moreover, women have less chance of getting a well-paid job. They can hardly get economic independence. This makes women more vulnerable to domestic violence because they are not empowered, therefore are afraid to and cannot stand up for themselves. This pandemic has disastrous impact on people all around the world, but here in Bali, people talk mostly about the impact on businesses. However, what is not being talked about is how it has plays out, especially women and girls, leaving them powerless, uneducated, in extreme emotional distress. Now more than ever, I realized how incredibly fortunate I am that seeing these beautiful Balinese girls and women struggling and seeing this beautiful Balinese woman in a group. And girls struggling hurt me. But it also a call for me. A call that is truly meaningful and compelling me to do something about it. And thus, I started my Greenstone journey. First, my aim was to help these women gain economic independence. I was so passionate about this. I tried so hard, but nothing has worked out. I contacted many organizations, and they did come back to me. They're willing to help. I tried to start workshops, teaching women and girls some skills that can help them generate money. However, with the corona restriction and the loss of their husband's job, these women have to do more and more. And therefore, they don't have the time for the workshops. I was devastated at my lack of success. But then I realized that the world doesn't operate as I want it to. That the world doesn't operate the way I expected. So I learned to flip my perspective. Embracing the unpredictability, allowing everything to be possible. Just maybe, life is forcing me to adapt and to grow. And maybe it's opening me up to new opportunities. And so with the new mindset, I changed my plan. Plan B. I talked to a lot of people about what they needed and how I might fit in to help. And a common theme emerged, and it is clear to me that education is the key to women's empowerment. With education, slowly but surely, the gap will become narrower. Literacy level and awareness surrounding this issue will arise, and hopefully, equality will be accomplished. Just as I was getting the momentum, I was faced with a second issue. I realized that I cannot just go to parents and tell them that their ways are perhaps wrong. Because I am 18, still very young, I'm still in high school with very little real-life experience. And again, it didn't help me that I am a female. But it didn't stop this time. And so I was thinking, what can I possibly do right now that can help my generation in the future? And so I started to talk to my friends about this issue. I educate them, I support them, empower them. And while doing this, One of my friends invited me to talk at his coffee shop's event, in celebration of Kartini's Day, a day a heroine was born in Indonesia. She is famous for fighting for women's rights. It was my first talk show. I'm not a professional, but I was there to share my knowledge, what I believe in, what I'm passionate about, and my opinions. To my surprise, most of the audience were guys. And what's more shocking to me is that most of them are very engaging, open, and curious. Let me tell you guys that I was truly delighted. I, more than ever, feel that there's hope. Hope for our humanity. Hope for equality. And building a better future for everyone, including my community. Well, I will not, and I do not, want to generalize that every man and families in Bali are like this. In fact, there are a lot of men and families who dearly support their children, their daughters, their wives, to be strong and to be independent. But I do not want to close my eyes to the fact that many women still experience injustice and inequality. Time has changed. Things are improving, but it is not enough. And we, the Balinese, the citizens of the world, need to come together and work together. I believe that I believe that all the blessings that God has given me my whole life has been given to me to continue this works of the strong, independent women who fought for our rights, to continue their work and be the voice that Balinese women and girls need. To everyone who's listening to this, no matter what gender you are, no matter how old you are, when you come across a woman, please help them. Help them to find strength. Help them to heal and grow back their confidence. And I promise you, your little act has big impacts on someone else's life. No one deserves inequality. And to my sisters out there, I wanted to tell you that you have the qualities. You are unique. You are a true individual. And life may seem hard right now, but don't let that affect you. Don't deny the qualities that you do have. Please speak up, because you are not alone. We are all here for you. We will fight for you and with you. Because I believe when we stand up and fight for one another and fight together, we stand up and fight for everyone. Well, I wanted to remind you that there is a moment where you have to choose whether to be silent or to stand up.